Oh no.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Twister G here, Guillermo, and
And Adam, I don't have a username, but I like my real name. If when I get a username that's a functional one, I'll let you guys know. But anyway, we're here for a podcast, so
yeah, we're back. We're back at the podcast. Adam, you can only see half your face.
you can't. You really? Okay, hold on. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe sit down. There, right? It's kind of
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Perfect though. Yeah, we're back to another podcast, and this time I decided we should do a podcast after the big Ronda Rousey fight. It got me up and excited to do a podcast and talk some about that. We got a bunch of other topics too, and this is the Sports Nerd and Life podcast. We're gonna start with is it Nerd Sports and Life? Yeah, Nerd Sports and
Nerd
Life.
Sports Life.
So we're gonna start with the nerd stuff, and actually, I was thinking originally to talk about Fallout 4, but I was just gonna talk about more about most games that are coming out soon. So, is there any games you're looking forward to right now?
At this point, just obviously, Fallout 4 already came out, but at this point, just Mass Effect, just Andromeda, just Mass Effect Andromeda. I haven't really looked at the new games that are going to come out, so I have to look more on that. Oh, and No Man's Sky, that one too. I do want to play.
I've been looking forward to. Obviously, I want to buy Black Ops 3. I'm probably gonna get that during the sale because I actually like the beta. I'm gonna be getting. Let me think. Battlefront 3 is coming out tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this will be updated tomorrow, so it's coming out that day. But I'm not really looking. I don't think I'm gonna get it. Maybe when it's on a sale or something. And then there's The Last Guardian, which looks pretty badass.
Oh yeah, that one too. That's interesting.
I want to get that. I want to get
Dark Souls
4
or 3.
3. Yeah, no, I skipped one.
They're all the way to 4. Yeah, Dark Souls 3. That one too.
That one's gonna be badass. And yeah, those are the games I'm really looking forward to. There's not much out there. UFC 2, the game, maybe that one. Like I have the UFC 1 game, and then I can't. It's too hard. I suck at fighting real sports fighting games.
Not like Mortal Kombat or.
If it doesn't have dead or alive boob physics, it's just harder.
Yeah. Me and DC. What was it? Something Among Us. Gods
Among Us.
That game. I could not block for shit in that game, so I just got wrecked.
I guess part of speaking of Gods Among Us DC, there was is it Ben Affleck? No,
yeah.
Who's the one that's playing Batman?
Ben Affleck is playing Batman.
I think it was him. Yeah, he was on one of those talk shows. One of those shows where he talks about his opinions and stuff. And I think it was against this guy. I think his name. I'm pretty sure. I don't have all the details, but it was. I think it's this guy named Sam Harris. I think. And this guy's. I think he's like. He just talks about religion and stuff like that. And some of his opinions made Ben Affleck mad about Islam. And Ben Affleck got mad and started yelling at him that he was a racist and all that shit. So basically, what they're talking about is basically he did it in basically social brownie points. He's a social justice warrior type person.
Sort of like the Jimmy Kimmel thing with the whole shooting of the lion, crying over that.
Yeah, like he's doing it more to get people on just to like him.
It's interesting, but I'm sure people do that. Like I said, with the whole Jimmy Kimmel and the lion.
I don't watch any Jimmy Kimmel from what he said about gamers and his whole lion thing. It's so fake.
It's so funny.
I'm like, I can't watch people like that.
It's just like, I mean, just that he cried, like he got all teary. I mean, it's a lion. I understand that, the lion, but it's
if it was your kid.
Do you really need to cry over that? I mean, I guess it's if you really want to, but I mean, you're not gonna get anything out of me for it. So
yeah,
it's kind of it just makes you seem like you're just doing this for. I mean, I guess as a TV host, that's kind of what you go for, but no credibility. I just don't see any credibility from him with that. I mean, with all the other crap that's going on, the best you've got is crying over a lion, and then calling out gamers about how it seems really stupid to watch other people play video games. Like, well, you obviously have never played video games.
Yeah,
you
really obviously too old.
Would you?
Man,
very uninformed.
It's too bad. Yeah, he was basically calling him an Islamophobe, racist, and it's funny because it's like if he's a Muslim, Muslim's not a race. You're not a race if you're a Muslim. It's a religion.
Religion.
Yeah, so you can't call somebody racist for hating Muslims. You can call them racist for hating Arabics.
Yeah, for hating the Arabs or the blacks or whatever. I mean that in and of itself. But
you can't call them racist. If I say I don't like Lutherans, I'm not racist.
No. Lutherans aren't a race. They're
exactly.
You could be your prejudice against Lutherans, but not
not
racist.
racist. I think people sometimes, but there's no race things going on in the U.S. right now.
Yeah, right. No kidding. You got the whole. It's pretty intense right now. The whole Missouri thing, and then you got people at I just saw at Dartmouth doing, or Dartmouth, however you want to pronounce it. Just it's kind of interesting. It's becoming like sort of a mob mentality. And the interesting difference is you have the two schools of thought for this. You have the the ones that are saying, oh, we need to be more peaceful, need to do this like MLK style, and then there are the people that go with more of the Malcolm X, like we got to get up
Oh,
in people's faces, we got to hit them, we got to show them that we are not going to back down from this. So I guess I understand both. Well, I guess to me, well, it seems like why are you doing this, bothering ordinary people, and you look at it, maybe it's the ordinary people who they want, or they're just trying to hammer it in. They want, you need
well,
to be on my side. It's with the sort of with us or against us mentality.
yeah, I think that one drives me away from the Black Lives Movement Matter thing. Is how much of a dicks they are to people.
Yeah, yeah, and and it's that you
Or at least some of them. I'm not sure about all of them.
shouting, and it's what I find interesting is that I can see the logic in that. The you need to force people to like look at me in my fucking face. I am
Yeah.
here acknowledging, but at the same time, it's like are you really is that really going to make someone go, oh my god, I better help you? It's going to make them go fuck off.
Yeah, it makes the people that feel guilty. People have white guilt.
Yeah,
It makes them do it, but not anybody else. Like there was this report about this woman who she lived in one of those super hipster cities.
yeah.
Portland.
Portland.
Yeah, and she made a GoFundMe saying that white people should pay for her psychology things because she's black. She's from Cambodia, and says that she had racism and stuff going against her, and that she has mental problems now because of it, and she needs to go to a psychiatrist, and that white people should have to pay for her psychiatry. So she made a GoFundMe page, and she's made like over $2,000 just from people donating it because.
Well, there is the phenomenon
That's so stupid.
of guilt. It's like the
But
trying.
I mean, yeah,
And I've you say this before, and it's is it really I want equality, or is it I want
easier.
the do I want my life to be easier by making yours harder?
Mm-hmm.
Money you earn should go to me because of something that happened in the past, or I believe I felt some sort of racism. Which, don't get me wrong, it probably is very prevalent. But when you start saying you have to give me this, you have to give me that, like. In an ideal society, sure, everyone should help each other out, but this isn't an ideal society. Go, fuck you, go burn in hell. It's like they don't care about your problem. People, I don't think what people understand about people is that they only care about their problems. Like a person's number one priorities are their own problems. Like, sure,
Mhm.
I appreciate that you're trying to gain equality and it needs to happen, but when is the right time to do it? And maybe there isn't no right time, but it's like yelling at people and saying, calling them, a white bitch or, whatever. It's like, you're not going to garner support for your cause. They're going to go, it's going to be they're just creating attention. And it's, they're hoping it's going to go with, the guilt will take over and go, okay, fine, we should do this. We got to realize this. But I'm leaning more towards they're going to go, fuck you. It's going to be a beatdown. It's going to
Yeah, it seems like it.
It's going to be a, the people in power, the white people that are in power right now are going to stomp down and say, this is it. You no more, you're done. And it's just like, I don't want it to end up like that because you want it. You'd hope the movement would go right. But like I said, it's the two schools of thought, the peaceful versus the Malcolm X, the Martin Luther King versus the Malcolm X.
I don't know what to say. It just doesn't seem. It seems like I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna be like in a year or something like that.
Well, like you were talking about, and it's not just they that approach may work on white people, but there's all other kinds of people.
Yeah, there's a bunch of.
to a
And I mean, they gotta do something about the Mexicans, the
Yeah.
Hispanics, because we're gonna take over the United States by what 20 something,
And there ain't going to be any more white people to protest to, so it doesn't matter. I mean, walking through a group of Mexicans.
and the Mexicans don't have brown guilt against black people.
No.
Black people and black people and Mexicans do not, or Hispanics just don't get along, which is weird because there's a bunch of black people in Hispanic culture.
Yeah.
I mean, being black doesn't mean you're from Africa.
Yeah, I know.
There's a bunch of
It's
black
interesting that
Hispanics.
African Americans and Hispanic Americans don't get along, or just Hispanics.
No, they don't get along at all. I don't know why. They just definitely don't get along.
It's just like, what do and like, yeah, you made a valid point with it may work on white people, but who is it going to work on? People from India, people from Mexico, people from, maybe people from Europe,
Asians.
from Asia. Like, they don't care. Like,
Yeah.
them, it's just whatever.
Yeah, I
It's
mean they don't have anything. They don't owe you anything.
no,
They've never been.
they got the same. I mean, not the same treatment, but to them, it's like just coming to a new country. I mean, you even look at a lot of the white people that came here, or 100 years ago, back in 1900, and it's like none of them had anything to do with slavery.
Yeah,
It's like they're a very
that are
select.
the Irish Americans. Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't have any
they
reason
got
to.
treated like crap. The Italian Americans had to make their way through here. It was
Yeah, they weren't slave owners either. That's most of them. A lot of America, at least,
yeah. I mean, you have
didn't have anything to do
Irish,
with the American slave.
Italian. I mean, it's actually very few that I mean, even most of the white people in the South were incredibly poor and weren't a part of like didn't own slaves. A lot of slaves were for privileged people. They don't know like these were plantation owners. These people were wealthy. It's like it to assume that every white person or owes you something is completely ridiculous because their families
Yeah.
come from another country 100 years ago when there was still slavery just
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder how many families currently can trace their roots back to being plantation owners in the United States.
not very many, not very many at all. So it's very few. And even if, who
Unless they're
knows if
mixed.
they still have any money? I mean,
Yeah,
who knows? Like these people might, because after the South lost the war, the whole plantation, so they just went broke, and who knows? Maybe just I don't know, committed suicide or whatever. Like they just their lives were over. Like, and well, the argument to that is that since the top, according to everyone, that the top, the wealthiest people are white, and they think they will take white people over black people. Like it is the systematic institutional, and in a sense they're right with the prison system. That is 100% flawed. That is a completely money making system, and it needs to stop. But it's who do you throw the blame on? Is it you're trying to throw blame or shift responsibility? I mean, how do you tell? And again, coming back to the point, you think the Mexicans are going to care? You think people from India, like, it's your fault? No, it's not.
yeah, it had nothing to do.
No, I'm not going to help you. You can continue to. I
They
mean,
gotta
all the
they
white.
gotta get these rights before other minorities become the majority.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a right. I mean, the Mexicans, they're not adverse to working. They'll work all kinds of jobs. Like, they work harder than I do. They're better at it than I am. I have managers I work with that are Mexican. Like they're moving up the chain. It's like they're leaving the other minority. Well, obviously the Asians, because everyone knows the Asians are smart and they're geniuses. But it's
Asians make like 1% of our prison population.
I know.
So crazy.
There are probably less Asians in prison than there are white. There are more white people in prisons than there are.
There's definitely more white people in prison than Asians.
It's like they may become the new top class of society. I mean, they're smart enough. They're educated. They're all well. Yeah, smarts and education kind of go hand in hand. But I mean, the way their culture is. It's just a very disciplined and focused culture. Whereas you bring the African American culture has just been. I might be talking too loud. I don't want to wake anybody up. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, with the African American culture being annihilated by the white people, and then they just never really got it back together. And there's the Native Americans too. So anyway, I just went ranting, but you get it.
And that's with the nerd section.
Yeah, talking about the races of America.
We didn't have anything much else to say about our nerdy stuff. I mean, besides watching Game of Thrones, which we both finished, and we don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it, do we?
Ooh, that was good. Game of Thrones
It was a good season.
God, I cannot believe the ending of that show. Ridiculous.
I mean, I don't think we have any other nerd stuff, right?
I think that's it. I mean, we talked a little bit about. Is there any games you want to talk about?
We haven't been. I mean, we've been playing a crap load, a bunch of Dark Souls. How many hours have we played? Like 50, 60?
Yeah, I'm at 50,
No,
55
maybe-
hours, I think.
Per game? Not yeah, like something like that, right? Like 50 or 40 hours per game
Yeah.
of Dark Souls 1 and 2.
yeah, Dark
So we
Souls-
played like around 80 hours
Yeah. I mean, I
For the
think Dark
past couple
Souls
of
2, I have like 57 hours in total.
in total. Yeah, we have around 80 hours for together then.
Yeah.
We went to Adam went ahead and played Dark Souls 1 and 2, and then I just played along with him. Having my own account just in case if ever needed help, or just because I like Dark Souls.
Well, the Ornstein and Smog boss, that was definitely.
Yeah, I literally made an account and beat the whole game just to help him out on that
And yeah,
that fight.
that was a ridiculously hard fight. Like, God.
And then you had more trouble with Dark Souls 2, which
Yeah,
was
no, Dark Souls 2
impressive.
was harder for me than Dark Souls 1. Like, I mean, I could attribute to saying that I got the Dark Knight sword super early in the game and just, played it.
Out of
but I mean,
luck, right?
yeah, right? Yeah,
Eh.
I tried a lot. But, you look at it and it's like, I mean, I could attribute to saying that I got the Dark Knight sword super early in the game and just, played it. Yeah, right? Yeah, I tried a lot. I tried a lot. I tried a lot. I went, I, but, you look at it and it's like, I mean, like for Dark Souls 2, for me, like just the areas they made, it wasn't so much that the enemies were harder, but there was so many more of them.
There was so many.
It's like you'd like, okay, you go to attack like three guys, you'd be fighting, and then all of a sudden six more guys would come out, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't like having too many people on you at the same time. It's kind of annoying. I prefer the Dark Souls 1 method where it was just one smart AI versus you instead of 15 okay AI.
Yeah, like 15 average, and then they just all attack you because you just don't have the stamina to block them all.
Yeah, it was that second Dark Souls made more for agility type builds instead of tanks.
Yeah, it was
You
hard.
suffered a lot if you were a tank.
Yeah, no, I mean it, like because stamina was so hard, and the what do I want to call it? The staggering animation, like where they
Yeah,
stagger you, and you're like,
when you get staggered from
you were
stamina
staggered
loss.
for like 10 seconds. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah. I wonder if maxing out your not a tubing, what was it called? One of the
Adaptability.
adaptability. I wonder if that one would.
Yeah,
Yeah, that probably would have helped.
yeah. No,
We only got that to 15 though,
hindsight is 2020.
and then yeah, we had a bunch of trouble on the Fume Knight. The last boss, that boss was
God, that
crazy hard. We were. Oh man, it took a long time for me to just beat that,
yeah, and
and then we couldn't beat it with
yeah,
you.
I still haven't defeated it yet, so I'll just leave that and come back to it later.
Yeah, man, that game was annoying.
Yeah, that was.
And now you gotta play Bloodborne.
Yeah, now I gotta move on to Bloodborne. The next is
Man,
the
Bloodborne. I think I might like Bloodborne more than Dark Souls 1.
wow.
I think, yeah, there's just so. Man, it's so fucking awesome. It's so great. The combat's so fucking cool. I think it's just how cool the combat is, the people are, everything, the lore, the areas. I think they're just awesome.
That's good. Well, they definitely did a good shot on sort of the medieval England, or like
Yeah,
1800s.
Gothic.
Yeah.
Gothic Victorian era. Yeah, apparently they went there. Went to parts of Europe in some Dracula, where Dracula's castle was supposed to be, all that stuff. With Vlad the Impaler's castle, stuff like that. They went around those areas. And to just base them off that.
That's cool. Huh. Wow, I didn't know that, but yeah, well, proves it obviously worked. It sold quite a lot of copies, so.
Yeah, that thing is balling. It sold more than Dark Souls 2, I think.
It'll be interesting to see with what Dark Souls 3 brings. That'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
Dark Souls 3 is gonna be
Will
good.
it
I'm
be
gonna,
the best series, or will it?
I'm gonna pre-order Dark Souls 3, but they don't have I don't think they have a limited or special edition yet, so I'm waiting for that to come out. Because normally they come out with a figure.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's something cool. I mean, did the Bloodborne one have a?
Yeah, but I mean the special edition normally comes with a figure. It's not as cool as the Bloodborne's $400 figure, which I still want to get, but it's killing me.
Nah, well, hopefully they'll lower the price.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what deals are on Black Friday. Black Friday.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the nerd stuff. I don't think we have any.
Yeah, we're done. Get that nerd shit out of here.
Alright.
Now we're on to the man stuff.
Sports.
The sports section.
Ronda.
I think before we get into the UFC talk, we're going to talk about how the Packers got beat by one of the worst teams,
Yeah, it was.
the Lions.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. We don't have it together. There's a lot. We had a lot of people injured. There's no, because you notice when you watch a Packer game, we usually have a lot of chemistry. We'll have Jordy Nelson. We have all these people that just have, and by all these people I mean Jordy Nelson,
Jordy Nelson and Aaron
he's
Rodgers.
such a go-to guy. But we have like I think Devontae Adams is a pretty new receiver. Like, I just think we're just a bit out of sync. Like if we're not all together, like if the Packers like team isn't fully healthy, they just get out of sync. And I think Rodgers himself is out of sync, and he's just because Rodgers is a bit off, and when Rodgers is a bit off, then the whole team is a bit off. And
the team is Rodgers.
It just has been spiraling. So hopefully
That's our
next
third loss in
we'll
a
be
row.
back on track.
Is that third or fourth?
Second,
That's,
third.
No, that's the third. Yeah,
Third loss.
we lost against the
We lost against
Broncos,
the
the Panthers,
Broncos and Lions.
and the Lions.
So yeah, third loss.
Yeah, so that's not going good.
No.
And now the main talk, the meat of the everything. So I'll quickly talk. So I put some money on this card. No sponsors. I just used the website called DraftKings, and basically what they do is they you have like a whole lineup. You have a certain amount of money. Let's say I don't know how much money you have. 50,000, I think. It's imaginary, basically points or money, and each person is worth a certain amount of money. And then that's how you choose your roster because
Did you hear the controversy about DraftKings though?
Yeah, I heard something happened.
Yeah, they're being outlawed in New York and Nevada. They're in Nevada.
Yeah, that makes sense
because they're
gambling.
because
because it's fucking over the casinos, but it's helping the people.
Yeah. Well,
It's
no,
so nice.
apparently it's gambling, and a very few amount of people. Like I was watching a thing on this. I'll send you the link eventually, but their thing that 85. I think it's like only the top 3% of people actually make any decent amount of money. I think they said 85% of the people who play are lose all like almost all the time. So they said,
Hmm.
I mean, it's again, it's gambling, so
It is.
it still should be your.
Well, I mean, if we took the real stats of normal gambling, I wonder what the stats there would
Yeah, well,
be.
that's why most gambling is illegal, except in Nevada.
Because they probably
Yeah,
lobbied the
yeah, well,
shit
yeah.
out
Well, I'm
of.
sure they did, but it's. I'll send it to you later. But there's a bit of con. We can talk about that on the next podcast. But anyway, the point
Yeah,
is the
it's
fight.
interesting. Well, it's weird because in DraftKings there's always a guaranteed first place, second place, third place. The first 20 places always make money. So I don't know. It depends how many people go in each thing.
Yeah.
And so I made that, and then so my first bet was this undercard. I didn't watch it, and the guy I had there got knocked out within really quickly. So I lost points on there. Basically, you want to beat other players, other people, based
Yeah.
on points to get the one with the most points wins. And I had 0 points, and that fucked me over. That's why I lost, because I lost that one. And then there was another fight where that guy got submitted, but at least I got a couple points off that, or I think he got beat on the ground. And then we had there's Mark Hunt versus Bigfoot Silva, and this Bigfoot Silva is 6'4". He has a pituitary gland problem. I think he has a tumor in his pituitary gland, which means that he gets knocked out basically really quickly now. He used to take TRT, testosterone, to help
Ooh.
him not get knocked out, but now that's illegal. So basically, he gets knocked out with one hit all the time, which is what happened this week. And I put money on the other guy because I knew he was gonna get knocked out, and I won that one. And then it was one of the second championship fight, which was the women's 115. By this chick named Joanna John Jacek. There we go. I did
Check.
Joanna Jane Jacek, and she basically destroyed the other chick. But the people thought it was 94% people thought that John Jacek was gonna win, and only 6% of people thought the other chick had a chance. Valerie Letourneau, and it was basically the idea was it was gonna be a slaughter. She was gonna slaughter the other chick, but it ended up being the closest fight that we've seen this chick, Joanna, have in all of her fights, basically, or almost all of her fights. So it was impressive because everybody had the other chick, basically done for. They were like, oh, it's just a feeder match. So that was interesting. And then we have the final fight, which is the Ronda Rousey fight.
Wow.
And damn. So were you able to see? How much were you able to see of it?
I saw the part the what's 10 seconds where she got knocked out. So I saw her. I didn't watch the whole fight, obviously, but I mean I could look at it on YouTube. But from what I saw, well, this is how you can tell from the 10 seconds that I saw. I could tell for like the two punches that she tried to throw, it was just she just seemed sloppy. Like the
Yeah.
chick was just on point, and the kick she got in, like you wouldn't think somebody would be able to do that to Ronda Rousey, but it's just she just went in, boom, and then Ronda Rousey fell, and you're like, well, that's it.
Well,
So
it was yeah. It was, I didn't put money on that fight because I didn't put money on that fight. Yeah, I made sure, because I wasn't sure if Ronda was actually going to win that fight, so I didn't put anything on that one. And
well,
what was I going to say? Oh yeah, like, before the fight, I even talked about it with you that I thought Ronda was going to go out boxing with her because that's Ronda's type of thing where she tries to beat the other person at what they're best at.
yeah.
But I knew Holly Holmes was one of the best boxers, one of the best female boxers. I'm like, oh, Ronda.
You look at
If
it.
Ronda's dumb, she's gonna box her.
I mean, you just look at size. I mean, just sheer size. Like Holly Holmes is bigger. Like I mean that
Yeah,
in itself is an advantage right there. Longer arm reach, like. And then you told me that Ronda likes to, beat her opponents at their own game. It's like, well, that's going to be kind of hard considering you're a bit shorter, and it's
and she has bad boxing. Everybody knew she had bad boxing, but apparently her coach keeps saying that she beats out world champion boxers and things like that. And so people are like calling bullshit on that because she couldn't beat Holly Holm. She got destroyed by Holly Holm. And basically what happened the whole fight is Holly Holm would run around, and Ronda had no idea how to catch her. Basically, at one point she was running like this. And I'm like, holy shit, you don't know how to move correctly. I don't know. I'm not a fighter either. So, but the fact that she's a world champion and she doesn't know how to chase an opponent correctly is kind of weird. Yeah, I had if I thought Ronda was gonna win, but I was very iffy on it. I'm like, if Ronda tries to outbox this chick, I even said it before the fight even happened. If Ronda tries to outbox this chick, she's gonna lose. And that's exactly what happened. She tried to take her down, but the other chick was way smarter. She was able to get her arms in the correct spot and get out of the arm bars, which is normally how Ronda finishes her opponents. So it was an impressive fight.
Wow.
And I can't wait to see the UFC 200, which is going to be good. Well, that's when we're thinking Ronda's going to be back, which is in July. So that should be fun.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when the rematch occurs between them two. It'll be.
Apparently, she ended up having plastic surgery just for the lip. She got a busted lip.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's the life you choose if you want to.
No, and the most impressive thing is the other chick, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She fought 5 rounds. She had a broken hand, I think, actually, and she's still able to hit with it. I'm like, how? How do you do that?
Well, some people,
how do you punch somebody with a broken hand?
Used to pain, they become accustomed to it. When that's your lifestyle, I guess you train day after day after day.
I just don't know. I can never do that.
It was funny though. I was looking on Reddit and they had a thing on Joe Rogan's face when Ronda Rousey got knocked out, and just the holy, he just
nobody expected that.
It's like, what?
Yeah, it was impressive as fuck.
It was funny.
Ronda was out of it. She was down for a couple. And then you notice the last clip. She basically helps. She gets up already like almost done, and the chick pushes her away and then kicks her in the face. It was so nice. It was crazy. But luckily, somebody spoiled the fight for me before I got a chance to see.
I assumed you already knew. I forget that people post these things right away, and I assume.
I don't go on anything during that time. I only watch like 2 YouTube videos, and then I go to sleep to make sure I don't get spoiled. And then I wake up, check my phone, and there's the results.
Yeah, there they are. It's making sure you know. It's making sure. I want you to not. It's better to know beforehand, right? Then you don't have to be shocked.
Yeah, who likes to be shocked on the biggest fight ever?
So yeah, that was
a good fight.
Interesting.
Next pay-per-view is Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor
versus Jose Aldo. That'll be good. You should watch that fight.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting fight to watch. Yeah, I'm hoping Conor McGregor will win, but you never know.
Seems hard. Seems really hard. I'm putting 2,000 on. 2,000. That's more than I have right now in my bank account.
2,000 on.
There goes my college tuition.
2,000. I'll put 2,000 on McGregor.
There's 2,000 gone.
He'll win. I believe in Conor McGregor, even though.
So that's it for our nerd talk. We're running out of time. I think we can. Let me check how much. Actually, I think we can do up to 35 minutes. I think we're at 30.
All right. Well, so we just 5-minute exit. Anything on life? Anything?
Yeah, I had one thing to say. We're gonna go watch the Joe Rogan. Live show this Friday. Maybe we can talk about that in the next podcast. We're gonna get to watch. Hopefully, you get the day off.
Yeah. No, I will. I requested for it, but I forgot to check on Wednesday. Or no, today. Tomorrow. No, tomorrow is this Wednesday. This Wednesday is when I need to check.
Tomorrow's this Wednesday?
No, tomorrow.
That doesn't make it.
The day after is Wednesday. That's what I meant to say. So
what are you gonna do if you don't
I'll get the day off. If I don't, I'll just go anyway. One of those things I'm just gonna do. Why not?
It's gonna be a good job. You gotta print out the tickets. Hopefully that thing's fun. The Orpheum Theater. That's gonna be exciting.
Be good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's all we have to say. So thanks for watching. If you like this, subscribe. If you're on iTunes, we have this on iTunes too.
Oh yeah, so
check out the Nerd Sports and Life podcast on iTunes. And hopefully you guys like this podcast. We might upload another one. We're out of minutes on our SoundCloud, so we'll see what we do.
Yeah.
Maybe delete one of the old ones or something. Anyway, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks guys, and see you next time.
Yep, see you guys next time. Bye.